Impact segment tonight. Did you know that far-left bomb thrower George Soros has visited the White House at least 4 times? For a guy identified with the radical left, that's kind of interesting. And yesterday, the president actually met with 5 far-left internet people at the White House, folks who have said extremely hateful things. For example, blogger Oliver Willis, who works for Media Matters, said on Ash Wednesday that religion, you are weird. That's a quote on Ash Wednesday. And then there's Barbara Morell from the Daily Kos, who recently called Senator John McCain a nut job and formerly sane. So the question is, why would the President of the United States be associated with people like these? Join us now from San Francisco, appropriately enough, Fox News analyst Joe Trippi. All right, look, I'm not trying to gotcha on the president. I don't want the audience to think I'm trying to gotcha. It concerns me. So on the Stewart thing, we just heard Stewart call the president dude. You know, I don't know if that's helpful, is it?
It's helpful with a lot of young people who watch that show and who are among the people who work out there and go door to door and do things like that on Election Day. That did that for the president in 2008 and frankly are a little disappointed with him and needed to be re-energized. So I understand exactly why he went on that show.
I know, but he needs the middle of the country to really come back to him. And I would say that traditional people, traditional independents, I don't know, but far more serious.
I mean,
go ahead.
But Bill, what I would say is, look, if you've decided based on Obama's record that you're not going to be for Democrats this cycle, and there's a lot of people who've decided that, then he's not going to get them back in the last 5 days. Right
no,
now,
but he needs them in 12, and he needs to regain some kind of stature.
He will need them He will need them in 2012, and my guess is they'll go to work on that as soon as this election
I think you're right about
because
that.
Right now it's
But here's what concerns me. I mean, look, George Soros is a very far-left guy. I mean, a committed guy to changing the whole system in America, economic system, social system. He's got big money behind the legalization of marijuana in California. He just kicked 1/8 into NPR. I mean, the guy's tentacles are everywhere. And he's in the White House 4 times. You know,
well, I mean, he also has some views on economics and the world, the world global economy, where he's done quite well in. And at least the White House is.
Does that count the felony conviction that he had? Does
that
count the felony conviction that he had in France for manipulating the market over there? Look, George Soros is a dubious character.
Well,
Mr.
then we
Trippi.
can get into Jack Abramoff visiting.
You can get into whatever you want, but I want to hold firm with 4 visits by George Soros, convicted felon, who's a far-left radical, and that troubles me as an American citizen, not as a commentator on Fox News. I'm saying, what is this guy doing in the White House? It doesn't help Barack Obama to be associated with him.
And what I'd say, Bill, is Barack Obama, this White House is putting out exactly who they're meeting with, unlike the Bush White House.
And that's a good point, but they're meeting with some dubious people.
Did not talk about Jack. They had to be forced to tell us that Jack Abramoff,
Mr. Trippi, you're doing what a lot of people do. You're deflecting from my very simple question into something else. Let's stay with the current president and George Soros. Is it a wise thing for the president to be associated with this man?
I think George Soros has views on the economy and other reasons that there would be reasons to meet with him, yes. And I don't think it's shocking to anybody that he's met.
How about the anti-religion bloggers and the people who call people like John McCain nut jobs? These people are given audience in the White House?
Well, I mean, look, I think these bloggers are, again, the same thing. They're a media outlet to talk to activists out there that go out and work.
So there's no standards then. If you can reach an audience you want to reach, then there's no standard at all. You just bring in anybody you want. Look, if a Republican was doing that, I'd be troubled. I think there should be some standards.
But Bill, these aren't people that the president necessarily agrees with at all.
He's sitting there for 45 minutes with these 5 people. And if you look at what they've done, I mean, come on.
No, but what I'm saying is he doesn't. If he sits down with an interview with you, he doesn't agree with you on it.
Yeah, but I'm kind of a mainstream guy at this point. Even Jon Stewart admits that.
But this is unfortunately or fortunately, the new world is new media, the internet, blogs are a fixture of American politics, and these are people who they hammered him on some of his positions.
I know,
they don't
but
think
they're
he was
vicious,
vicious
enough. People, vicious.
Well, the blogosphere is a place where people tend to vent.
Maybe I'm a naive guy, Mr. Trippy.
Things. I'm not going to defend. I'm not going to defend. Some of these bloggers wouldn't defend all the comments on.
I know, but they traffic in
blog.
this stuff. I don't know. All right, we appreciate your point of view. Thanks for coming on. Directly ahead.